today's speedy summer craft, we're going to use some scrap vinyl and this old coffee jar to create this very cute lolly jar. Let's make this. The inspiration for this project is a couple of things. I've got upcycling of jars that you may have been given or may have used over this Christmas holiday break. We're using puns, food puns. You know I love food puns if you've been around for a while. So it's a food pun or a food saying. And also it's just pretty and it's cute. And there's a great way of storing all of those lollies or chocolates that you may have been given over this holiday break. The materials for this project are a standard grip mat, some scrap vinyl, and a jar. I've got a coffee jar here that I got from someone at work. However, you could use any jar, any box, anything that you can put vinyl on. The possibilities are endless for this one. So just make sure it's empty. So we're going to do this totally in Design Space today. I've got a really big coffee jar that I got from people who were giving them away at work. So I took a couple just for some crafting inspiration because you never know when you're going to need something like that. But this could be done to any size, to any scale, on any kind of jar or box or whatever you've got at home. This isn't a project where you need to go out and buy something specific. Just use what you've got in your house. So I'm starting with a little saying, only eat if you're sweet. So this is for a lolly jar. So I've started with only eat, and I'm doing that in a Class A font. Now, I've got all of these fonts from 1001 Font. If you wanted to go into more detail about downloading fonts from 1001 Fonts, then why not head over and check out the CAP tutorial that I did last year. It goes through the process in great detail, so you can come back and have all the fonts that you've ever dreamed of having in all of your projects. So you can see here I've got only eat if you are, and that's all in the same font, which is called Class A. And then sweet, I've got in Cutie Booty. I really like that font. It's really cute. It also has like little hearts over the eyes and things like that, but obviously we're not using a heart. We're not using an eye, so we won't get the heart. And then I've looked for some images, some little cute hearts or something like that. I wanted something to just give it a little bit more pizzazz. And I found these really cute heart balloons, and I think they are adorable, and I think they're perfect. So now I'm just moving this around so that it fits in with the rest of my text. And it's just a matter of manipulating it so that it suits what you want it to look like. You can see here that I have moved it to the side, which means that I am changing the font sizes that I've got because I think that's cute. I love this. So it's just a matter of playing around. And then I played around with it. And after that, I created an offset around my text and my images. The reason I wanted to do that is because we're putting this on a lolly jar, and everything behind this text will be all different colours, because if you're using it for lollies or chocolates, all of the wrappers are very different. And you don't want that text to disappear into the background of all of those different colours. So I'm doing an offset for that to make sure that I've got something that shows what my text and my image is actually saying, or the message it's conveying. So I've done a 0.2 offset around these balloons and a 0.25 around all of the text, and I've contoured out everything, all the little gaps, because I want around the only eat if you are, because the font is quite thin, so I want it to have a solid background. Now once I've saved it and I've gone to make, I'm going to just move everything onto the same mat. So I just click those 3 dots for each object and just click on move object, and I want them all on the same mat because I'm using a similar vinyl. I'm using different colors and they're all scrap vinyls, but they've all got a similar cut requirement, so I'm not going to need to worry about doing 2 different mats, and it just saves me a bit of time. And once I've hit continue, I'm going to just choose vinyl. So now that I've weeded everything and it's all cut, I'm just going to now put it all together. I'm using a tea towel here because I've got a round object. People use pool noodles, or there is also a specific apparatus that you can buy that will stop your round objects from moving around. But I'm just using a tea towel which I've folded in on itself from each edge, so it's just created like a little cradle. And now I'm going to use some alcohol. So it's just some rubbing alcohol. I use Upcycle from Coles, and just rub down the surface. The reason I'm going to rub down that surface is just to get rid of any marks. Now, this is not, it hasn't been bought specifically for this purpose, so you've got to make sure that you give it a good clean. So put it through the dishwasher first, and then make sure that you do a bit of a wipe down with the alcohol. Then just place it where you would like it before you start then moving it on to the transfer tape. And I'm going to use the wet method here. So it's just a spray bottle that's got some detergent and some water in it. And I'm just going to spray a little bit. You don't need to go too hard on this, but what it does, it allows it to be able to be moved. It makes sure that there's no air bubbles that will appear underneath the surface of your vinyl. So just give it a little spray. And then it's just a matter of layering it. So I'm going to start with the offsets and then move through to the text and the balloon images. Cute, is it? I think this is adorable. It's a great little project, a good way of practicing your layering, and a good way to store all of those chocolates and maybe hide them from yourself that you got over the holiday break. See you next week for our next summer series. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget, you can always jump on my Instagram, head over to my Etsy store, or even check out the videos YouTube recommends for you down below.